Hey, what up? It's your boy Drew. Checking out that Drew World Order live. Let's get into the business, man. Shout out to the chat. Hold on. Do I have the auto tune on? No. Why do I hear it? Hey, there we go. Okay, it's off. Let's jump right into it, man. I made a quick cover. I've been real busy lately, so you guys got to take what you can get on the cover scraps lately. Super busy man. Facial recognition, fake identities, and digital surveillance tools inside the post office's covert internet operations program. So if you remember, I covered this on the one live stream that was entitled Public Credit Registry with Max Headroom Biden on the cover, and about how the USPS was like posting on people's social medias, or they were spying on people's social medias, and there was an entire program called the ICOP program that was involved with it. Well, now more of this is coming out today, and I found it pretty interesting. What's up, Mark, Cody, Blessed Cursor, Benton, of course, L. What's good, David? So let's get into this, man. It says the post office's law enforcement arm has faced intense congressional scrutiny in recent weeks over its Internet Covert Operations Program, which they call ICOP, which tracks social media posts of Americans and shares that information with other law enforcement agencies. Yet the program is much broader in scope than previously known and includes analysts who assume fake identities online, use sophisticated intelligence tools, and employ facial recognition software, according to interviews and documents reviewed by Yahoo News. What's up, Layla? Chicken Little? Soda Scustings in the house? Big enchilada? Among the tools used by the analysts is Clearview AI, a facial recognition software that scrapes images off of public websites, a practice that has raised the ire of privacy advocates. The U.S. Postal Inspection Service uses Clearview's facial recognition data of over 3 billion images from arrest photos collected from across social media to help identify unknown targets in an investigation or locate additional social media accounts for known individuals, according to materials reviewed by Yahoo News. So, I never really heard of this Clearview AI, and then when I looked into it, it's a pretty big deal. One of the investors is Peter Thiel, if you know anything about Peter Thiel. And there was quite a few videos and things to go into here on this Clearview AI. So let's get into that a little bit before I continue with this same article about the USPS. But let's not forget, all this information's coming from the USPS and being used by the USPS. So on the public credit registry video, I talked about how it seems like they're transitioning that to be a way bigger player as far as for the government's, arm, because they have inroads in every single town in America. They have a post office station. So that physical location is their biggest asset. And they already did mail on the blockchain, on the Ethereum blockchain, and they want you to vote on the blockchain through the USPS. So it seems like the USPS is taking more and more digital role as things move on to the blockchain ledger. And now they've got Clearview AI they're using in the post office. Brian Williamson says, I think the magnet sticking to those sites is real. When I made that video talking shit about it, I had only seen the one video that didn't look that convincing, but since then there's like entire compilations. So I need to look more into it than just that one that I had seen. But there's so many of them, there's got to be something to it, right? But let's get into this Clearview AI. Separation may occur, says, get Claire on, fool. Claire, are you in the chat? What's up, Claire? Your groupies are asking for you. So the Clearview AI,
millions of photos every.
Basically what it does, they say it scrapes images. What that means is any image on a public social media or anything public online, they're taking it and storing it on their own databases. So you might not have agreed to be in this picture, but if your friend posted it online, now your face and all that stuff is in the information database of this Clearview AI. And so what it does is, they say it's only used by law. They only sell the service to law enforcement and banks. And don't forget, Biden's trying to transition the USPS into banking for what they call the unbanked. I remember that specific quote from those articles, that there's millions of unbanked Americans. So there's a desktop version of this Clearview AI, and there's a mobile version. So on the desktop version, you could just upload. Shannon says USPS has advanced AI tech, but old-ass mail trucks. On that other one, too, I showed how they're switching to, like, smart trucks right now. They're going through that transition right now. So this is kind of a sequel to that other one. But basically, they load this guy's face into here. A picture they find from the web. He's some CNN reporter. And it's able to pull his pictures from all over, anywhere he's available on the web. So the picture, it shows him with no glasses. It finds pictures with glasses. It doesn't really matter the angle or the lighting. And it finds pictures of him from like 15 years ago, where somebody had posted this on a different social media, and it's able to find this picture. Now here's the mobile version of the app. Now, similar, where a police officer, whoever, law enforcement, would take a picture of a suspect. Now, with or without them knowing, who knows, right? That's where the privacy concerns come in. And then it will do the same thing on mobile, where you could take a picture. And they even show you here, he's gonna cover his mouth, so you could cover like one eye, you could cover your mouth, you could have a mask on or something like that. And then it's gonna still do the same results and find these same pictures. And so in this specific example for this video, the guy you see here on the left, this guy, he's the founder, Hon Tun That. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but this guy here. And one of his selling points is, he says they want to make sure they only sell it to law enforcement, and that law enforcement supervisors have a log of anybody that their subordinates search, so that their people aren't misusing it. And what he uses this example, that he says there was like some child P case or whatever, right? And then there was a man's picture for like three frames in the video. And so they ran that guy's picture through this Clearview AI, and they found a picture of a girl at a gym selfie where this guy's in the background. He's in the mirror while this girl's doing a gym selfie. And so they conclude this guy works at the gym, and the law enforcement is able to go to the gym and talk to this guy, and they're able to save a 7-year-old girl because of this one case. Supposedly, this is one of the selling points that he uses for it. And there's a lot of concern for privacy concerns with this thing, because like I said, even if you didn't post the picture online, they still have it in their database. They scraped it up. If your Instagram's private, if it was ever public, just even for a little bit, their AI is trolling for that all the time, and then once you go public, it'll scrape all your images off, and then you can go private again later, and they still have those images that they were able to get while you were public for that short amount of time. And in this video, they brought the producer or something on to do it. I'm trying to find, is this the same video? Because this guy has a pretty established social media presence because he's part of CNN and stuff. So they brought someone private in that doesn't have such an extensive social media record. And she did it, and they were able to find her too just by pictures that her friend had posted. So it might have been actually a different video I seen that in, but it was the same people. Oh no, here it is, I think. No, never mind. But so, yeah, that's the whole point, is that basically even if you didn't sign up to be in their database, you're in there. But they claim, oh, no harm, no foul, because we're only letting like law enforcement use it and stuff like that. So they claim that. Of course, it would never be misused if it was by law enforcement, right? Well, a couple other videos I searched.
The internet for
just at a brief search, there was already, their database has already been hacked. This is from early last year, actually. I thought it was this year.
Scours the internet for photos to use with its facial recognition software has been hit by hackers. Clearview AI raised a lot of eyebrows last month after it was revealed law enforcement agencies were using their technology to identify potential criminals. Now, the company says it has lost its entire client list to those hackers. For more on this story, we're joined now by tech expert Ryan Eldridge from Nerds on Call. Ryan, always good to have you on here. So Clearview AI says that it lost its client list, but these hackers were not able to access its servers. Still, this seems pretty troubling, this kind of breach, given the nature of their work.
Yeah, I mean, Clearview AI, for those that don't know, ultimately has an algorithm that searches the web and scrapes photos and videos and any images that it can find of people and puts it in a giant database. Now, there's an issue with this because they're scraping Facebook and YouTube and LinkedIn and places where people are sharing photos with friends and family. They're not expecting to be added to a facial recognition database. Facebook and Google and many others have given cease and desist orders to Clearview AI saying, hey, this isn't cool, you can't do this kind of thing. And one of the biggest problems is if you make your account private or you delete a photo, it's still going to be in their database. There's no way to get away from it. So once it's posted online, it lives there forever. And so people have to be aware of that. But when it comes to this data breach, so Clearview AI, they lost their entire database of all of their customers. This is 2,900 law enforcement agencies. And it kind of unveiled a pretty surprising fact when BuzzFeed got a hold of the list. Is of these law enforcement agencies, some are paying for the service, some are on a trial basis of like a 30-day trial basis, and some police officers and law enforcement officials are using the database without their supervisors even knowing that they're using it.
Interesting. So
there we go. The supervisors didn't even know they were using it, but in the long form interview that the CEO guy or the founder guy had with CNN, that was one of his major selling points, was like, we make sure we give the superiors in command, full access to these search histories and everything like that. So somebody's not just, looking up, their daughter's date or whatever.
With that being said, I mean, do you think that some of these clients, especially the law enforcement agencies, are going to be a little apprehensive about working with Clearview moving forward?
Well, here's the interesting thing is even though Clearview is doing something that I would consider a breach of my privacy, they are doing some good. Here's some examples. So Clearview says that their database is used strictly for law enforcement. So it's not like the general public can get a hold of it and use it for searching. And the Royal Canadian Mounted Police said that they've used it in 15 different cases, leading to the successful rescue of 2 different children.
And that's how they sell it. They say they're saving kids and everything like that. Linda Curtis says, wouldn't you need passwords for all these social media accounts to pull pics from? No, I think it just gets anything that's like a public. If your thing is private, you're good. But if your pictures have ever been public or your account was private, even if you set it public for a short amount of time, it has like bots scouring for that stuff and scooping it up.
Been in the press a lot, young man, and then a lot of it praising you and
This is the same guy now. This is the founder.
what you're doing, and a lot of it condemning you and saying, "Oh my God, look what he's doing." Are you invading people's privacy?
We are a law enforcement tool that helps law enforcement solve crimes. And
is this Fox? No and yes. This is Fox business.
It only searches publicly available images.
You took his picture,
correct,
and within seconds you had 81 photos from sites.
Mm-hmm. So, you know, it's just the beginning, strictly for law enforcement.
All right, little problem with that is the Clearview AI CEO was talking about something last week. He said it was unlikely to happen anytime. A controversial technology that has now, we're told, been hacked, which means Mike Gunzelman, who was portrayed there, is on the FBI most wanted list. No, he's not. He's not. But it could happen. It scares people. Fox News headlines 24/7 anchor Brett Larson on all that. That's scary stuff. Now, companies get hacked. It happens. I'm not here to rip them on that.
Right.
But this is a company you don't want hacked, right?
This is definitely, the technology that they have is quite frightening. Maybe you were walking through someone's photograph when they were out in Times Square taking pictures of, you know, a hot dog stand. What's such a novel thing? If you're in the background and that picture was posted publicly, that picture would come up. It's still you in the photograph, which is what makes it so terrifying. They were hacked. Now, their AI wasn't stolen, just that their client list was taken. So now someone knows who they're working with and what requests have been made of their database, which in and of itself is a little frightening. I guess you could go through that and see, well, is there a police?
That does sound like a huge data breach to me, especially this company you'd think would have a tighter security with the amount of information they claim to have, and they're only using it for, you know, so-called good to help law enforcement and everything like that. And the ACLU is already all up their ass.
Nightmare scenario. They've amassed a database of more than 3 billion face prints of people from around this country without consent, without telling us, and they're using it to market an incredibly dangerous tool to police, to private corporations, and to private individuals to track and follow and surveil us. We are in a profound moment of protest against racial injustice and police abuses. The last thing we need is this dangerous technology wielded as a tool to identify and track us as we speak up. Imagine you're a survivor of domestic violence. You've escaped your abuser. You've set up a new life, a new address. Maybe you've changed your name even in an extreme case. This technology threatens to undo all of that at the stroke of a key on a computer. Using a smartphone app, a user of this technology can snap a photo of someone in public and instantaneously match to photos obtained from their online social media accounts or other websites. That's a tremendous power and a tremendous violation of people's privacy rights.
Here's other clients of Clearview. Madison Square Garden and Eventbrite, Las Vegas Sands and Pachanga Resort Casino, the NBA, Equinox Fitness, and Coinbase even in crypto. I do see only 105 in the chat right now. I'm assuming a lot of the crypto holders just committed suicide this morning. It was that bleak. It's recovered a little bit, but Rip to all the crypto soldiers we lost this morning. Interesting that the NBA and all these other ones would use this. But then they sell it as, hey, we're only giving it to law enforcement and banks. Well, that's bullshit because you got NBA, all kinds of other shit here, Madison Square Garden.
Has shown that face recognition technology is less accurate when it's used against people of color, against women, and against younger people.
They do say facial recognition won't work as well with melanated skin. That guy in the long-form CNN interview addressed that, the founder, and he said that's not true with his, and he says they've had no false positives yet.
This surveillance technology is dangerous, and it must be stopped.
And how long before something like that is just built right into your Google glasses or something? You'll walk down the road, it'll lock on everyone on that street. It'll show you this guy to the left. It'll say this is his name, linked on his Facebook. It could even tell you, hey, be careful, this guy here, he's not up to date with all his medicine or something like that. And then it'll warn you to cross the road or something as we bring the metaverse more and more into the real world. Beezus says, I fuck with crypto. Did you want to kill yourself this morning? I've been dabbling in it, man, and I've been doing good until today, and then my shit just got fucking nuked. I'm still up though, but shit's tight out here on the cryptos. So let's not forget, man, how we started this, man, is... Let me click one more link here on this one. Let me see what he says here. That's the CEO type guy. I keep calling him that. He's the founder, I'm sorry.
Welcome back to CBS This Morning.
Says founder Wonton Tat, if, for example, they were searching for me.
I mean, I gotta say, it's slightly unnerving seeing someone able to scroll through so many images of my face.
But you have to remember that this is only used for investigations after the fact.
And the NBA and everyone else has said.
This is not a 24/7 surveillance system.
Tontat says his artificial intelligence program can identify someone from an image in seconds. It matches faces of unknown people to their online photos.
Whatever, it's all the same thing. I just wanted you guys to see that his wrist just hanging real low here, you know what I'm saying?
Not a 24/7 surveillance system.
Tontat
Investigations after the fact.
for me.
I mean, I gotta say,
Look at the wrist. Look at the wrist. This guy gives me the Pharma Bro vibes. Do you remember the Pharma Bro? But yeah, with this tech and how wild it is, let's not forget that I started off saying now the USPS is using this shit. Now, this article doesn't get too deep into how or what situation they're using it in, but it sounds like the post office is getting more and more involved in the digital. For example, the shit that you post online. That's going to be the new role of the post office in the future, or what? That's what it seems like. Or it's heading in that direction right now, at least. Oh, yeah, but they also use this other shit called Inspection Service or Zynga Labs software, which runs keyword searches on social media event pages to identify potential threats for upcoming scheduled protests. It's raising concern among privacy and civil liberty experts. They say the post office appears to be putting significant resources into covert monitoring of social media and the creation and use of undercover accounts. Now, these could even be bot accounts, in my opinion, like B-O-T, like robot. If these efforts are directed towards surveilling lawful protesters, the public and Congress need to know why this is happening, under what authority, and subject to what kinds of oversight and protections. Exactly, right? Said Rachel Levinson Waldman, Deputy Director of the Liberty and National Security Program of the Brennan Center for Justice. Yahoo News contacted them They said the news report and social media listening activity helps protect the 644,000 men and women who work for the USPS by ensuring they are able to avoid potentially volatile situations while working to process and deliver the nation's mail every day. In a statement to Yahoo News, Clearview AI, the facial recognition company, said it is honored to work with over 3,100 law enforcement agencies to help them identify countless criminals, from pedophiles, serial fraudsters, and murderers. So I wonder if are they using this tech in the post office, like when you're standing in line, they got the camera there? That's what I wonder. It says, according to the interviews and new documents reviewed by Yahoo News, the genesis of ICOP appears to date back to 2018, when the U.S. Postal Inspection Service expanded and rebranded its cybercrime dark web program into a broader covert operation. The internal document goes on to state ICOP will be responsible for overseeing all the internet undercover operations policies and procedures, managing the identities of undercover operators, and administering technology used to facilitate internet undercover operational security. The program will also be responsible for intelligence analysis and reporting related to all covert internet and undercover online investigations. So that sentence right there to me sounds like they have pretty much full domain over the internet, or am I tripping? Or maybe the things that you post for the post office. And in this article too, it says they talked with, who's they? Let me see. ICOP's intelligence people, or whoever it is, like Congress is asking for more information about it, and they sat down the Democrats and Republicans separately and sold them on this idea of this ICOP program in the USPS by saying they told the Republican Party, hey, we had all these Black Lives Matters things going down. We're trying to protect our workers from that type of stuff. And then, Republicans were told it was all about like Black Lives Matters protest. And the Democrats, they told them it was about the insurrection and everything like that. So they were telling them different stuff. And I wonder how this all ties into too with the new postal trucks they're getting. It's like smart trucks. With 360 camera and everything else on it. I wonder if they're even going as far as, this might be pretty far out there, but the idea that maybe they want to have a government run substitution for Google, where it would be run like an intranet thing, not internet, but intranet, where the United States would be locally locked into some kind of intranet, possibly ran through this. And then you could even have these things all have like 360 cameras on top of these new trucks. This could be like the new Google Maps cameras and everything like that. And again, that's probably pretty far out there, but look at this thing hooks up to the Starlink and everything like that. Yo, shout out to the chat, man. And again, let's not forget, Biden wants to do more banking through the USPS, and these guys also claim that some of their biggest clients besides law enforcement is banking. So we'll just have to see where this goes. It'll no doubt have something to do with like blockchain technology and all that in the USPS. And we'll just see, man. I did see this story today as well, or from yesterday, I guess, kind of along the same lines. It says Amazon will block police indefinitely from using its facial recognition technology or software. Because this is the one where they say it's like racist. I'm pretty sure. Supposedly the other one, that Clearview one, they say that's not true with their tech. It said nearly a year ago, Amazon said it would stop providing its facial recognition software, recognition with a K, to police for a year. Now it appears that ban won't be ending anytime soon, if ever. Amazon said it would extend the ban until further notice. And so what they don't tell you here, though, is it says an unknown number of police departments use facial recognition systems to track down potential suspects. Several black men, at least, have been wrongfully arrested due to the use of facial recognition. In June 2020, Amazon halted sales of recognition to police departments. So they don't tell you how many police departments it got in, and why was it even like letting them use this stuff in the first place. I mean, obviously, we all know the data is the king. It's all these people getting all your data. Everything's so valuable. The information. Now, the face print is the new thing that they're scraping and taking, right? In a statement on Tuesday, the American Civil Liberties Union, which is one of many civil rights groups that criticized Amazon's recognition technology in the past and asked the company to stop selling it to government groups, said it was glad to see the ban extended indefinitely. And so, you know, Amazon's all about all these like woke causes, so I can see them just throwing this recognition one under the bus to get them social credit dollars coming in or something, you know what I mean? They'll say, yeah, this facial recognition is racist. And Amazon now also wants to become its own carrier company as well, too, to compete with USPS and UPS and all that. So I thought that aspect of it was interesting, too, that they're both using facial recognition and everything for mail carriers, basically, package deliverers. How do you guys like the new no mask stuff going on? It says it's just going on the honor system right now. If you guys go to the Get Chalked Up backup channel, I just put an hour-long conversation I had with Benton on there an hour ago. So when we're all done here tonight, you guys can go add the backup channel, subscribe, and go listen to Benton and I chop it up for an hour. That's on there for you. And as always, go to chalkbodyoutline.com. All the links are there, including the merch tab. If you want to grab a shirt to support the channel, that would be great. If not, I know times are tough, man. We'll get this channel up to 10,000, and then I'll have the shirts right on the main page there. Hopefully. That's my goal. I just wanted to kind of peek through the rest of these articles while I had you guys here. But that's all I had about the USPS and Clearview AI. Maybe we'll do a deeper dive into the origins of that some other day. Kind of wanted to see what other stories they're pumping out here. QAnon shamans back out. I saw this. Demi Lovato now is a they. Now Demi Lovato is a non-binary. She kind of looks like Gina Carano here in this picture. She's got the same kind of like thickness or size face as like Gina Carano. So she overdosed on drugs because she didn't know she was a they. Or is it a them? I'm not sure. But either way, that's a pretty crazy. That's where they're going with it. More and more of this comes out. Here's another one. Transgender male golfer wins event. Wants to play on LPGA Tour. Haley Davidson.
So this is Haley Davidson.
Is she hitting 400-yard drive or what? Oh yeah, these ladies are done. I don't even want to watch it anymore. He is glad for being accepted by the USGA. Crazy, right? In every state, it seems like. Wow. There you go, fellas. If you've ever wanted to date a professional athlete, there's one right here for you. Yeah, I saw this. This was a crazy headline. I just saw the headline. I wanted to see what it says. Richard Dawkins says aborting all Down syndrome babies would increase world happiness. Now, this Richard Dawkins guy, this is like the evolutionist guy, isn't he? The prominent atheist went further and even said it would be wise and sensible to not bring these children into the world. Even more shockingly, the professor, whose views on religion have previously attracted controversy, made his comments to RTE radio host Brendan O'Connor, whose child has Down syndrome. Dang. So he went on there and said that to some dude whose son has it. It says they pushed him for an answer, and the presenter asked, "You are speaking to someone who did bring someone into the world like that. Why is it immoral not to abort it?" The scientist claimed that his tweet was probably putting it a bit too strongly, but said it seemed plausible to him that aborting babies with disabilities would increase the amount of happiness in the world. He then went on to assert he did not have any direct evidence, and so did not know for certain, so he backpedaled. Sarah Palin's got one too. He also admitted he did not intimately know anyone with Down syndrome. That's what you get on the atheist worldview, I guess. Fuck these little babies. That's what he says, not me. Oh, here's that cutting edge story here that you're only going to find on True World Order Live. Anal oxygen administration may save lives. Inspired by fish, researchers are planning oxygen enemas. Man. Where would you guys be if you didn't know oxygen enemas were coming? Hit the thumbs up for your boy Drew. Fish breathe through their gills, that much is known, but some fish are able to breathe through their bottoms. The guts of vertebrates are well supplied with blood vessels to enable them to absorb digested food. Well, supposedly you can put like alcohol and everything up there too, right? Like butt bong your beer or something. I heard it would get you like super fucked up though, because it bypasses your liver. Oh, this, I can't read this one actually. This is a pay article. They keep the anal oxygen behind the paywall, I guess. We'll just have to use our imagination where this story's going, because I'm not signing in or any shit like that. Too much, man, too much. Etheric Bliss says, yeah, only on chalkbodyoutline. I'm glad to bring it to you guys, man. What was this? This looked like something that, if I read it right, it's saying AT&T and like HBO Max and all these other brands, Discovery and AT&T, is now going to be one streaming service. So how is this different than cable at this point, to me? Maybe I'm not reading it right. We'll see HBO Max, Discovery, and HGTV exist under one umbrella. The deal is to create one of the largest content libraries in the world with more than 100 brands. So all these different brands on the screen here is what's going to be on this channel. TNT, HGTV, Cartoon Network, ID. How much is it going to be? Does it say? But as we're seeing now, every single platform basically came out with their own over-the-top service. You've heard of Peacock and all these other ones that are out there. And now I think you'll see this continue, more and more consolidation of these and mergers of these over-the-top services. And that way it's going to be no different than cable, because you're going to end up paying probably $30 for this one with HBO and all this other shit, and then another one you'll want that's got everything else is going to be another $20-30. Netflix $15 or whatever. HBO Max ad-supported plan will cost $10 a month. So $10 a month, and they're still giving you ads. That's what, if you're not old enough too, that's how they sold you cable TV, is they told you cable TV would have no ads, so you'd pay for it to not get ads, and then right away they introduced the ads, and it's people are still paying for it, and it's full of nothing but ads now. I saw this Dfinity's ICP token. Now, I was hoping this is something that would get me into the gathering of the Juggalos, but apparently it's completely unrelated. No whoop whoop, no Nedding, false alarm, put the Fago down. This was crazy looking thing I saw. Project Starline. That Google put out. It's like a 3D video chat booth. Check this out. It's pretty wild.
Darlene is my younger sister, and the last time I saw her was well over a year ago. Not being able to see.
Oh, because I can't leave my house because of what's going on outside, I guess, is what they're saying.
My nephew in person is like, it makes me sad.
Well, his dad's not going to see him.
So imagine instead of looking at a screen, you're looking at a magic pane of glass. And through that glass, you're seeing another person on the other side.
Hi, can you see me? Say hi to Auntie. Oh my gosh, I love you. Eddie!
So, you look beautiful.
And then you just start having a conversation, just like you would if you were physically together.
Like, I feel like you're here.
This is wild. I can see that curl in your hair. I can see how your sweater is falling.
Yeah. But then you'll be saying, put on a little lipstick, Maury.
There are really three breakthroughs coming together here. One is the ability to capture people as they are. The second is the ability to compress that information and send it over existing networks efficiently. And the third is the ability to render that person viewable through a three-dimensional display. So it really feels like you're talking with someone right in front of you.
Somebody that's glitching out, CGI.
We see this as a first step at applying technology to solve that really important problem that we often want to be together and we can't.
Don't say goodbye. Don't go away. That was mind-blowing.
I've seen a lot, but I've never seen this.
I felt like she was present, and I felt like I was present in that moment, too. It was like she was here.
So how much is that? It's just like a next-gen webcam, right? Oh man, and speaking of those crypto bloodbaths today, there was this one floating around Twitter, so who knows how real this is, but I find it interesting. It says, hey guys, this was posted last night. It said, now if you don't follow the cryptos this morning at 8 a.m. my time at least, all the cryptos just shit the bed, like red lines straight down into the fucking basement. So this guy posted this last night on 4chan, and it says there's going to be news from China soon, which news came out saying, like a false alarm type thing, saying China's banning crypto. And then it says the purpose of today's press release, alongside all the FUD posting. What is that? It's like fear, uncertainty, and doom, I think is what that stands for, is to get Bitcoin as low as it can get before 7 a.m. UCT. So I don't know if that corresponds with I was at 8 a.m. Central Time that it dumped. It It says, first, there will be a coordinated sell-off to drop the prices below a certain threshold to liquidate one certain stakeholder. Can't outright say who he is, but he bought a lot at the dip that he was partly responsible for. So whoever this person is, it sounds like they're hinting at Elon Musk, in my opinion. What's up, Jesco? Once liquidated, the plan is then to buy up all the reserves and essentially leave him bankrupted. If you guys want to get rich, grab some coffee and watch for the big dip. Once it happens, things are going to get green really fast. We project 70K. That's all. So Bitcoin's previous all-time high was something like 65,000 or something. And then it dumped all the way down today to like almost 30,000. It had been slowly dropping for a few weeks. And now, if this thing is true, which it's probably not, but it's saying it's going to bounce back up to 70K. So, and then as the entire market goes, as Bitcoin goes, so as Bitcoin dumped today, everything else dumped. But if Bitcoin did spike up, then everything else is going to spike up with it. Yeah, this is the line. The shit just went straight down at that time. Hold. What are you guys gonna do? Hold? I'm holding, man. I'm just gonna keep holding. This is hilarious. It said shitcoins minus 90%. Bitcoin 50. ETH, yeah, ETH got smoked. It's recovering though. Oh yeah, sun, neutron star, ETH. Holy fucking shit. So true. And I know you guys were worried about them, but strippers are back to work now. I feel like stripping is a part of me and I wasn't ready to let go of that part. And so going for so long without working, without stripping, I feel like there's a part of me that's missing. That's April Hayes said that, stripping at a California club. So they're crying now that revenue at these clubs has decreased 17% and is forecast to fall some more. So the butterfaces are probably mad they gotta take the mask off now. It's probably good times for them. Now they gotta show you their grill. Here's another article. Yahoo News is all over this. Two more right here. Strippers return to work, but some see pay decrease. Strippers are back on the job, but COVID rules are hurting their pay. Maybe they just wear masks down there or something like that. Trying to see if there's anything else here that looks interesting. Is Trump back yet? Or did those Q-tards finally give up? Uh-oh, we gotta stop Airbnb. Now that's a problem. Look at the problem with Airbnb is that people are terrorists. Their homes are filthy and disgusting. Oh, that's a comedian said that. Okay. All right, man. Well, hey, how about this? Next time I come back, maybe tomorrow or something, we'll do. I'll get into all these UFO. I've seen all these UFO stories. Look at Obama's talking about it and everything. We'll do a separate one on UFOs maybe tomorrow or something like that. Because I'm gonna shut it down for tonight. I did want to look into this and I haven't yet. So maybe you'll see me back tomorrow. If not, then Friday for sure. And I'll be working on some prepared videos in the meantime, because hopefully my life has slowed down a little bit now, and I'll have time. I've had a crazy busy week. So, anyway, with that said, man, I appreciate you guys' time. Peace out. See you around.